my screen. And we're going to cover this assignment. So MBC 102, week 5, and it is the UHI simulations exercise 711 medicine section. So go ahead and get your CPT coding manuals. We're going to cover this assignment together, and I'll do most of it, but then you're going to pick up where I left off. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so we're in MBC 102. And we're going to go ahead down to week 5, and you're going to click on the exercise, click the blue hyperlink, and it's spinning. Okay, so we have the assignment here. So you want to click that drop arrow and then go ahead and start your assignment. All right, so for number 1, we have our CPT coding manuals out. Okay, so you got your manuals out. Always invest in a highlighter. I have highlighters and post-its, maintaining structure in order to your learning environment. Okay, so we got our CPT manual. We have this right here that we're going to code. So right heart. So cardiac catheterization performed on a 68-year-old. That's going to be part of how we're going to pull our codes as far as the sedation, which is age, where it's by the age also where you can pull that code correctly. So we got a right heart cardiac catheterization performed on 68-year-old patient, 15 minutes of moderate conscious sedation provided by physician performing procedure and requirement that independent trained observer assist in monitoring the patient's level of consciousness and physiological status. So where we want to go in our coding manual, the index in the back looks like a dictionary. We're going to go to catheterization. Excuse me. And let's see where I want to go. Or is it right heart cardiac catheterization? Formed. So we're going to go to cardiac catheterization. All right, page 1137. Cardiac catheterization, CPT manual, page 1137, your index. We're going to go down to right heart. And that first code, you got 3. And when they're with commas, that's only 3. But if there was a 93451 with a hyphen, that means there will be a range. So look like we just got 3 here we can pull from. So cardiac catheterization, go down to right heart. That first code is 93451. Let's go ahead and cross-check in the medicine section. Section 6 of the CPT manual. So we got 93451. Let's get to it. 93451, 93451. You got this table here as well. All right. Okay, right heart catheterization, including measurements of oxygen on page 805. So I got 93451. We got right heart, and we're gonna go to, I think that's our code here, 93451, right heart catheterization, including measurements of oxygen saturation and cardiac output when performed. Then 52 is left. So our code is 93451. Okay, we're going to code the sedation. The sedation, we're going to go to sedation in our index and moderate. So let's go to sedation. CPT index, tail end of the coding manual. Looks like a dictionary. And sedation, and then we're going to go moderate. So 99151 through 99153, and then you got a comma there, and then another range, 99155 through 99157. Let's start with 99151. I would keep my hand in that medicine section, and so you know you can go directly there, put a post-it there while you're flip-flopping, so you can just go straight to it. All right, so the sedation, 99151. So that's still in our medicine section. That's our assignment this week. 99, it's a large section. And come on now, 99151. Moderate sedation services. Okay, page 890. Moderate sedation services provided by the same physician or other qualified healthcare professional performing the diagnosis. So I'm just going to scan through this and I'm looking for the age. They gave us a 68-year-old. So there's an age that's linked to this particular code, how you can select the correct code. So this first one is younger than 5 years of age at 99151. We want to go over to page 891. So let's go over to the next page, and that code 99152. And that's our code, I believe. That is our code. So 99152 is the code. But what I want you to take a look at is the different symbols at the bottom of the page. And you got that circle with a line through it. So there's a modifier 51. It cannot be added to this code. So always pay a close attention to any symbols for the ICD-10, HCPCS, the CPT. Those symbols represent something for you to code more effectively, efficiently. So they're letting you know what you cannot do or add to this code. So modifier 51 is exempt. And what is modifier 51? If you flip to your cover, multiple procedures, right? So modifier 51, you have multiple procedures. So if there is something going on this particular encounter regarding the sedation, modifier 51 would not be one we could use because they have add-on codes here. So if you go right below that 99152, you see a plus sign. So those are to support the primary code, which is the sedation codes here. So each additional 15 minutes. Okay, so we got 99152 up to 15 minutes, patient over to 5 years, older than 5 years old. And then if there was more than 15 minutes, we wouldn't add a hyphen 51 like multiple procedures or additional time. We would go with the 99153. And then you have 99155. And this is intra-service time patient younger than 5 years of age. So something else going on here, therapeutic service, moderate sedation services provided by a physician, performing the diagnostic or therapeutic service. So sedation is required, let's say a colonoscopy, but that probably have the sedation already embedded, but something like that, a diagnostic, and they have to sedate the patient. And those are usually like imaging services or lab or something falling under diagnostic or therapeutic. Okay, so our code is 99152. Let's go ahead and what you can do is check your work here. And that would be correct. And then it gives you details here. I would copy and paste this and make notes. Okay, number 2, we have routine electrocardiogram, tracing only. And this is checking the activity of the heart, measuring it. So that gram, that suffix there, something's being measured or identified by ways of this procedure here. So this is a routine electrocardiogram. All right, so we can go to electrocardiogram in our coding manual, the index. So main term electrocardiography and subterm rhythm and tracing. Okay, so electrocardiogram in our index here. electrocardiography, page 1167. And we want to go to tracing subterm. Am I doing this? Rhythm. All right, so electrocardiography. Let's pan down to rhythm. And then let's go with tracing there. You got 93005 as the first code, and then 93041. Let's go ahead and cross-check 93005. Okay, page 791 in our CPT manual under cardiography. Got an image of a heart vessels there, aorta, and then a catheter. Okay, if we go down to the 93005, we got tracing only without interpretation and report. So routine electrocardiogram, tracing only. I believe that is the code 93005. Okay, and let's check our answers. And that one's correct. Okay, so number 3, let's go to spirometry. This is testing the breathing. So spirometry. Spirometry. 94010, 94016, spirometry. Okay, CPT manual, page 1311. So 1311 is the page, and the code for spirometry is starting with 94010. Let's cross check. 94010. Fingers need to warm up, turning very slow. Supposed to get to it. And we got that table. 94010, spirometry including graphic record. Let's go ahead and highlight that. It's on page 829. And we got 94010 as the code. Let's check our work. All right, let's go to number 4. All right, cardiopulmonary resuscitation in the office. All right, so cardiopulmonary. Something. Okay, cardiopulmonary. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. One code here, page 1138. All right, so I see 92950. 92950. Let's go ahead and cross-check. 92950 is on page 790, I believe, or not. Was that the code? 92950. Out of sequence. Okay, 92950 is starting on page 786. 786. Like it's out of sequence. We got 92953, 92960. Then 92937, 30. 789. 798. It's kind of looking like it's out of sequence. Something going on here. All right, but the code is located on page 786, and actually it is telling us that in all bright red here. So all these codes that you see in red on page 786 is letting you know they're out of sequential order, meaning they're not in numerical order, because I went to the section 92950, was not there. So we go back, and on page 786, this is where it's located. Okay, so we got 92950, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Temporary cardioversion. And that's all we need there, 92950. Check my work. All right, number 5, we have diagnostic psychiatric evaluation. So let's go evaluation. That is it. And then we got physical treatment. Let's go into psychiatric evaluation. Let's go to psychiatric diagnosis. And there's evaluation 90791. All right, so 1285, page 1285, CPT manual, third column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Okay, we got psychiatric diagnosis, and then we got evaluation 90791. Let's cross check. So 90791. Okay, page 766. 90791. Let's check our work. All right, so that's the first 5. I want you guys to go ahead and finish the assignment. Just take your time. And if you're not sure, just click check my work and it will give you the details of how to locate the correct code. But try to do it on your own at first and then see how close you are. That's how you build your skill and confidence in this. You guys have a good day.